Hi, this is AnneElbey. Here's my disclaimer. I am not a guru, messenger, teacher, or a counselor. I'm passing on messages I have received telepathically or information I have experienced or observed. The topic of this segment is how to ride the new frequency wave. The Earth's energy has changed in that we are no longer under the frequency of the Shu and Min resonance, male on male patriarchy. It's now the Shu and Tefnut resonance, male and female matriarchy, which is the correct frequency. These are ancient beings. You can research them. There's Shu, Shu, Tefnut, Tefnut, and Min, Min. They switched everything around in 3D to confuse us. The correct term is Shu and Min, and not Schumann. That was to confuse us. It's Shu, Shu, and Min, Min. These are names. These are ancient names you can look up. Okay. All right. After the Earth split, they flipped the frequency from a matriarchal one to a patriarchal one. Hence the Shu and Min, male on male, which is homosexuality and transgenderism. Why you think all these things are going on? The Earth is on the wrong frequency. The temperature, you could research the Schumann frequency and see Schumann resonance and see how the frequency changed. The temperature is getting hotter, so we must keep up with the Earth's frequency. There are several things you can do to ride the new frequency wave. I have prepared a list of things that we need to do. Keep in mind, 3D is a repetitive realm, the Truman Show. Everything repeats and goes in circles. Therefore, you need to discipline yourselves and repeat these exercises on a daily basis. I call it the 24/7 list. Okay, I'll give you the list and then go more in depth. Learn to monitor your thoughts, study yourself, do your shadow work, pick up all of your messages and pay attention to your animal totems. Spend time in nature, focus on yourself, always listen to your intuition. Only fight your battles and master the spiritual, mental, and physical aspect of yourself. The first one is learning how to monitor your thoughts. Learning to monitor your thoughts is a major one on the list because everything starts with a thought. Before you carry out an action, you had to think of what to do first, right? Keep in mind that not all thoughts belong to us. This goes back to studying yourself to know what your thoughts are. You will know if the thoughts are yours. For example, you suddenly get a thought to go and cuss somebody out. You don't have a beef with the individual, so why would you want to cuss the person out? Believe it or not, there are people out there who can manipulate your thoughts and get you to do their dirt for them. If you find that the thoughts are not yours, cancel them right away. You can say, these are not my thoughts and I'm canceling them. Simple. Thoughts and karma. Careful not to project negative thoughts towards others because it will come back to you. And it'll harm you, okay? For example, there is someone on your job that you do not like. You say to yourself, I can't stand such and such, and I hope the individual loses her job. The person loses her job because your thoughts are that powerful, but it doesn't end there. Further down the road, the same thing might happen to you and you end up losing your job. And remember, you're not supposed to be hating anyone, okay? All right. Always keep your thoughts positive because things have a way of balancing themselves out. 1 minute you can be cheerful, and several minutes later, someone does something to piss you off. That's balance. and you had no control over it. So it's always best to remain positive. Things have a way of balancing things out without your input. It would be foolish for you to walk around saying, okay, I'm going to be sad for 10 minutes, and in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to be happy, blah, blah, blah. It's ridiculous. Just let things play out naturally, all right? As long as you stay positive, things will balance themselves out, okay? Being negative all the time will throw you out of balance for sure. And it's difficult to control such a behavior. I knew someone who was always negative. The individual used to put others down all the time and while building the self up. The person ended up with dementia later on in life because the behavior was unbalanced. Okay. All right. Thoughts and willing things into existence. Our thoughts are extremely powerful, seriously. So careful not to will anything in existence that will harm you. Here's a scenario. If I walk outside, a dog will chase me. You open the door, walk outside, and a dog chases you. Then you said to yourself, I knew it. Guess what? You willed the action in existence. I don't currently watch TV, but when I did in the past, they used to predict things. In turn, we talk amongst ourselves saying how so and so will happen. We heard it from the TV. We are willing these scenarios in existence when we keep repeating all these things, whatever predictions they make, and you keep repeating it, you're willing it into existence. In Ainana, the queen of heaven and earth knew that there were people in the Anu dynasty, ANU, who redacted our DNA. She couldn't do anything to interfere because they created the Lulus as a slave race to mine gold for Nibiru's atmosphere. Without the gold, they would have died. Knowing this, Ainana gave us a gift. She told us to use our thoughts wisely. And the people in Rome, they know this, which is why they invented TV, video games, social media, and other things to manipulate our thinking. Here's another example. The elitists are going to wipe out 100 million people. Why would you want to will that in existence? Who gives the elites the right to kill 100 million people? These are evil POS. Why don't they just off themselves instead? Those are the thoughts you should be having. Wipe those evil pedophiles off the face of the earth. Always take the opposite of what they tell you so you don't will their agenda into existence. Seriously. I mean, come on. All right. The next one is study yourself. Know your likes, dislikes, and what makes you tick. You can ask the question, what can I do to improve myself? This is where shadow work comes into play. Your shadow self is a part of yourself that you tuck away inside of you and separate yourself altogether. Most people do this because of something traumatic, or it could be something telling you that you are horrible. It could be someone telling you that you're a horrible person. During these Anu frequencies, old memories that are traumatic or unpleasant may resurface. Don't ignore them because they resurface for a reason. If you need to forgive someone, forgive the person. You can say it in meditation or out loud to yourself. If it's something you did, you can ask for forgiveness in meditation or you can say it out loud to yourself. Okay? The new frequencies do not allow you to carry old baggages with you. You gotta get rid of the old baggage by dealing with whatever situation it is, period. Okay? All right, the next one is pick up all of your messages and pay attention to your animal totems. We get messages all the time, but some of us ignore them. Our angels send messages to us to help guide us on this spiritual path. Don't ignore any of the messages. If you get a message telling you to go on the porch, do so right away because when you get there, a message awaits you. Other ways your angels relay messages to you is via your animal totems. One time I was in the backyard getting back to nature. My mind wandered in the wrong direction. How did I know? I heard the cries of the red shouldered hawk. And that was not the first time I've heard the cries. I had to study why they were doing it. And I had to think about what was on my mind at the time, right? So whenever I hear them while I'm in nature, I always think of what's going on through my mind. If my thoughts are about something to better my situation, it means whatever I'm thinking at the moment will come true. However, if my thoughts are negative, I stop myself and cancel the negative thoughts. The red-shouldered hawks always also helps to balance our senses correctly. Okay, they help us balance our senses. So when I'm inside the house, sometimes I hear their cries. So I always think about what my thoughts are, and I'll correct them. If I'm saying thinking of something positive, I know that whatever I'm thinking of will come true. So there's an upside and there's a downside. If it's positive, whatever you're thinking, it will come true. And if it's negative, you have to correct your thoughts. Stop being negative, okay? All right. So spend time in nature. Ground yourself to the earth to make a connection with her. You can do so by planting your feet or walking barefoot on the dirt. When you garden, take your shoes off and walk barefoot. Whatever you do outside, take your shoes off. Okay. You could also gaze in the sun. No, yeah, this is something you should do. Not all. You should sun gaze. Stare directly at the sun for several minutes. The best time to do this is within 1 hour of sunrise and 1 hour before the sun sets. You can stare directly at the sun during those times without any discomfort. If you can only sun gaze in the middle of the day, stare directly at the sun for like 13 seconds, close your eyes, stay in the position for about 5 minutes, and repeat the exercise. You can also make yourself comfortable on the ground with your eyes closed. You need those sun rays. So if it's hot in the middle of the day, close your eyes while in the sun so you can get the sun rays, okay? All right. But the best time to do it is the first hour of sunrise and the last hour before the sun sets. Now, you need to also focus on yourself. I'm sure you have a lot to keep you busy, so focus on you and you alone. Spend time studying yourself more and think about what pertinent messages you are missing. Always listen to your intuition. Don't ignore those feelings you get in the pit of your stomach. Those messages are what's guiding you in this 3D realm. Only fight your battles. You have enough to deal with in terms of mastering yourself. So why would you want to get entangled in someone else's battle? You can reap the bad karma stemming from the battle you're fighting. So take heed. You don't want to reap any karma from someone else's battle. It's not yours. So why would you want to reap karma from someone else's battle? Think wisely, please. Okay. Master the spiritual, physical, and mental aspect of yourself. Spiritual is meditating, connecting with your inner self, spending time in nature, picking up your messages. And physical exercise, you could walk around the block several times, or you could walk around the house several times, or you can walk back and forth in your yard several times. Stretch directly before going to sleep. It will increase your flexibility and it'll help you sleep better. Okay? Mental, you manage your thoughts and use them wisely and try not to get caught up in too much negativity. Once again, I'm AnneElbey, and thank you for watching.